time for the week in review for March 1st, 2025. Pretty light week this week, 3 full releases and only 1 beta game. First, on Friday, we had Potions of Azerland. 1 to 4 player game, midweight, about 45 minutes on BGA. The biggest thing that stands out in Potions is this track here. You're basically going to be seeding actions. You'll have a 1 through 5, like this green player does here, and then you get to put them in what action you want to go first on. You'll see there's money here. On 3, 4, 5, there's 1 gold coin. On 1 and 2, there's 2 coins. And basically, you're going to seed and pick which spot you want to go first on in each. Here they both played 1, so the player with the first cauldron token would go first, and then they switch cauldron tokens. As you can see with the steady action, purple player would go first, then green would go first here. He'd get a money action. Here, they'd actually switch the cauldrons back around, and then here he would go first. So that's the main gist of it. You play over 6 rounds. There are 5 actions in each round. You'll collect goods. You'll be moving up these potion tracks here. You'll be deciding if you want to drink your own potions or try to get visitors with your potions. If you drink your potions, you get special abilities. These 3 abilities here last the whole game. So it was pretty cool in that aspect. Your visitors are down here. You get points here. And this is what potion they require. And then for the most part, 6 rounds, collecting visitors. And then at the end of the game, whoever has the most points wins. Overall, I like this one. I really like the key mechanism here with the action seeding, and then everything else played nicely. It was really interesting to decide, when do I use a potion, when do I drink it myself, or when do I use it to try to gain more visitor and more points. Next up, the Guild of Merchant Explorers. Actually, my pick of the week. This was my favorite of the 3 that came out. This came out 3 years ago in 2022. Very popular game, 1 to 4 players. BGG votes best with 2. A 2.05 weight scale, and it's ranked just over 400 on BGG. The Guild of the Merchant Explorers is a free game, and one of the best parts about it is there's a solo option you can play. So the game is played over 4 rounds, and every round you're going to be revealing cards from your deck. The 5 basic tile types are always in the deck. And then each round you'll be getting these era cards. Era cards, you'll draw 2 new movement cards. You'll keep one of them that get out of your deck. And then every time you draw this era card, you get to do that ability. On the game board, you're just going to be placing cubes. You're going to be exploring and trying to connect cities together. Create villages by filling up all of the areas like here. So I filled up all deserts on this area here. So I click here, and now I have a village. Villages give you points depending on the area you're in. But then you're going to try to connect 2 cities together. If I connect this 2 and this 2 together, you multiply them, you get 4 coins, and then you put a little marker on it, and that city can't be scored again. And here's the 2 cards I get to pick from. Now I can pick 1, hit confirm, and now I can move here. If you ever get to these ship icons, you draw a treasure chest. And because of my special card that I just drafted, I actually get to draw 2. And they give you certain little powers. And then as you can see here, I'm going to get to these towers. This is a wild terrain type, so anything will work here. So I can use a blue, and then I gain this little monument here, and I gain 6 coins. At the end of the round, all cubes are removed. The only thing that's left are villages, explored wrecks, and then these monument tokens. And then you can see I have to start my exploration all over again. But now I can start from my ship here in the center or one of the villages. And then you play all 4 rounds, and whoever has the most coins wins. And then for our Monday release, we have Pyramido. But in this game, you're going to be building up pyramids, scoring points over certain rounds. And then depending on how you build your pyramid, you might be able to use similar tiles from below to score in future rounds. What you're going to first do is there will be 3 available tiles to draft from. So these 3 here are available. You would draft one of these 3, and then whatever pile you pick, you'll draft one of the gems below. There's one for each color, and then wild ones here. The wild ones, every 2 wild represents a single of any color. Then you will build out your pyramid base. Here, these players just have this little spot left, and then the first round is over. After the first round is over, you would then score, and you would score all the purple touching here, and so on. So you'd play one purple gem, and you would score all these. You could play one orange gem and score all these, and so on. And like I said before, if you're missing orange, you can spend 2 wilds. Now you do have the option to pay 3 of a gem color to double the score. So instead of 2, 4, 6, 8, we will score 16 points here in this purple. You could then, of course, can use wilds to fill in for missing purples. Then in future rounds, the pyramid will grow. Here you can see they drafted 6 new tiles. Now the interesting thing is, if you were to score here, you can score this blue all as one chunk. You can use the bottom ones to help score. So now you can score 7 points with this blue. And you could always score leftovers. So if you wanted to score these 2 reds, that is an option. But obviously here would be more beneficial, these reds. And then the next round, you'll have 3 on top. And then the last round will be 1 on top. I found this one be really interesting just because I feel like the gems are really powerful. I always found late in the game, I had very few gems. You are allowed to carry 5 gems over from round to round, and wilds do score you a point if you hold them, but I always find myself really short on gems and never enough to try to score the double points. And then lastly for our beta game, Nirds Vs Gnomes. This is a co-op game where you'll be trying to defeat all the gnomes. This game is very early in preview. There's not even a BGG page yet for this game. Now they say this game is still in development. In this game, both players will have gnomes that are going to be attacking you, and you have to use your cards to help try to defeat them using dice. There's some abilities to switch dice. Most birds you can use to attack. You place the matching dice, then you roll the attack against the gnome. There are cards like the Techie that help you switch your dice. There is a big market to buy more attacking cards and more tech cards. And then you have to try to make sure that you can kill them and they don't kill you. Not a huge fan of this so far. It is an early development, so we can see where it goes. But as of right now, I think I'll pass on this one. Well, that's all I have for you today. If you like the video, and as always, good luck and have fun.